Hey guys, welcome to another video by Crypto Empire. So today we're going to be running over strong blocks. I did a video on this a couple of weeks ago, going over the last few recent AMAs, and I've just been waiting until we've had to get enough info to put out to sort of justify doing another video. So as I get some good updates and things like that, I'm going to keep doing them. So yeah, follow the channel and I'll keep you guys updated. So in this video, I'm going to touch on the recent updates they've done to the website. I'm going to jump on and show you the new Ether pool and things like that are live. So everything they talked about in the AMA, I wanted to wait to see if they actually did it this week before I did a video. So yeah, they did everything they've talked about. So that's always good. I'm going to jump in and same as last time, go over a quick PowerPoint and explain some of the answers and things like that he's gone over and what we can sort of expect, to happen over the next few weeks. So it should be a good end to the year for strong. So yeah, we'll jump over everything now. And yeah, see what you guys think. So if you jump on the site now, they've done a little update to the website, makes it look a bit neater. The main thing they've added is that the Polygon nodes are now live. You can only make these if you've got an NFT, but they're going to be out for everyone soon. And then the Ether 2.0 staking pool is now live as well. Okay, so if you jump into the mining section, you can see here there's already 1,100 strong that have been staked. So you can't actually claim rewards until Ether 2.0 goes live. So you're going to be waiting a fairly long time to be able to actually claim it. So this is something, if you're new to strong, I wouldn't recommend doing, but this is something for all the whales that already have 100 nodes plus, that instead of them having to sell them to cash out, they can now start staking to this pool and they're going to get paid in Ethereum, and it means they can start earning an income that they can cash out to live off and things like that, and they're not going to have to keep selling strong and keep tanking the strong price. So remember, there's only about 540,000 strong in total, okay, because you don't contribute these, you stake them. So it basically takes them out of the supply. So it means there's going to be less on exchanges, which will mean the price is going to go up a lot easier. Right? So the more they get staked here, the better. At the moment, it's about 40% APY for the year they're estimating, which of course isn't huge, but if you're a whale and you've already got plenty of strong, it's just giving you a way to make an income to cash out without tanking the strong price, right? So they're also going to add more pools than this. So they got Ether 2.0 is the first one. They were talking about adding Ohm and other tokens, so we'll just see what they end up actually doing. But at least this is a great start, and it's a first step towards helping all the tokenomics out. All right, so now let's just go over everything that they've sort of talked about. So what has changed since the last video? Since the last video I've done, the Matic nodes are now live. Okay, they're only live if you've got a NFT, but they're going to be coming out soon. Ether 2.0 staking is now live as well. So you can see that. Jumped over there. So if I show you these Matic nodes, you can see here, people are starting to make them. So everyone making them at the moment has an NFT, but they are actually live. So the next thing we're going to expect is the Phantom nodes be coming out soon. The reward decay model has started on the new nodes. So I think it's about between 30 and 40% more strong the Matic nodes make than the Ether. That's just to start off with. Okay, it's going to eventually, once you've got your money back, it's going to start slowly decaying. But it starts higher than Ethereum. Okay, so we'll get more info out on that soon. The service 2 is ready to launch. So you'll see in the AMA. So that means, there's lots of little features coming with it. You're going to be able to claim straight to making a node. You're going to have less gas fees. They're also making fractal nodes a thing. But yeah, they haven't launched any of that yet, but it's all ready to go. And they've done some pretty big hints about some strong chain news coming. Okay, and that's going to solve a lot of issues that we've got as well. So they are actually starting to do everything that they've been talking about. Okay, so the main issues we've currently got with strong is that the only way to cash out is to sell strong, causing huge selling pressure. 10 strong are required to make a node, so the price of strong has obviously dropped a fair bit, so it's a bit cheaper to enter. But once it gets back to $1,000, previously, unless you had 10 grand US, there was no point buying strong. Okay, and sustainability of strong rewards. As more nodes are made, there's obviously a lot more strong they need to be giving out each day, so they needed to find a way to make it sustainable, right? And then the high gas fees. Okay, anyone that's got multiple nodes knows how annoying the gas fees and how expensive the gas fees are. And that also adds to the selling pressure. Because even for people that are still compounding, a lot of people are selling strong just to cover the gas fees. Okay, so if we get rid of those gas fees, everyone that's compounding early on is going to stop selling strong to cover those gas fees. Right, so what issues do they fix? Right, the gas fees are getting fixed with service 2. That's only if you're compounding. It's not out yet, but it is coming. They're hinting on the strong chain very soon, which is going to get rid of gas fees altogether. The sustainability of the rewards, that's something everyone's always, pretty hot topic in all the telegrams and discords. So the Decay model has started. We still have more info to come, but it started. The whales can now stake to the ether pool, so it's going to stop some whales cashing out because they can stake. It's not going to do an awful lot, I don't think, until we actually transition to Ether 2.0, because then they're going to be able to regularly get paid Ethereum. So at the moment, they're not actually going to get paid Ethereum for probably 6 months. Okay, so I expect a lot more of them to start staking to it once they're actually able to get regular payouts. Right, and the Service 2 will allow for fractal nodes, so once that's actually out, lowers the barrier to entry, so we should see a few more people wanting to buy in. Right, so everything is being fixed, we just need to wait it out. Right, so gas fees will be reduced, okay, and then it's going to be eliminated entirely when the strong chain's out. The fractionalization of nodes is coming, okay, the Matic nodes are strong, okay, so that didn't end up actually happening, okay, but they are going to do the fractal node, so we'll talk about that soon. Okay, so this is the reward decay that we talked about happening, and everything that's come out is starting to prove that everything I was saying in the last video is actually true. So earning all rewards in strong. So you're still earning all the rewards in strong at the moment with the Matic node. They're talking about with Phantom possibly being less strong and also getting Phantom. They're still figuring everything out, but you still have that issue. You also have the issue of everyone selling strong to cover gas fees. That is going to be fixed soon once they turn it on with Service 2. So it's going to be reduced gas fees. So just that alone is going to stop some of the selling pressure. But they've already opened that ether pool. So that means people taking profits, okay, they can already start to stake it to earn Ethereum instead of having to sell strong. But like I said, until they actually get regular Ethereum paid out, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference yet. But at least it's all actually starting to happen. So that was the issue we had, is everyone was selling it to take profits, and if you're a compounder, they weren't buying. So we're not really fixing the buying pressure issue yet at the moment, but all we are doing is we're starting to fix the selling pressure issue. All right, so it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a bit of time. All right, let's get into the AMA. So I haven't gone through every question and answer that he's gone through. I just picked out some of the ones that I thought were the most interesting, that sort of explain all the theories that we talked about of, the tokenomics changing, less selling pressure, getting paid other tokens, getting other things like that. We're just going to talk about all of that. All right, so what is the most exciting thing that Strong will launch this year and in Q1 of next year? So we're talking about in the next sort of 4 months, what's the biggest news coming? All right, so he said next week we'll be launching Matic nodes and the Ether 2.0 pool, which they've actually done. Okay, and for 2022, Strong Chain. So they're in discussions for a big partnership to help build and launch the chain. They're determining the best way to drive value for existing Strong holders. It's highly likely that we would have only Strong to power the chain. We are looking at a second token, but only if that would increase value to Strong node holders and stakers, while also increasing value for the second token. That's everything they're doing, is they're trying to build a long-term protocol. So that's why I'm not really worried, although we don't really know the answers to everything. Everything he's doing, they're planning on Strong being around forever. So for now, I'm just going to keep stacking nodes, and then 12, 18 months, we'll see what everything's doing. And then I'm planning on not really ever selling Strong to take profits. I'm going to be putting it in other places to then sell the other tokens and things like that. Okay, we'll still be adding many more validator and fill node options for the node arm in 2022. So main thing looking forward to is obviously Strong Chain. That's going to fix a lot of issues people are whinging about. But then they're also going to be adding other nodes. So they've said they were talking to about 22 blockchains previously. So more coming, and also adding new NFTs. And of course, continue our focus on sustainability, enhanced by a new chain. And this is one we keep talking about, guys: rewards in other tokens, partnerships, new node protocols, and much more. Right, so the more nodes that we make on Ethereum, so now that Matic's out, if we start making, we need everyone to be making a lot of nodes on Matic, because then we're going to actually help the Polygon network out. So the more that Strong is seen to be helping these networks, the more they're going to start paying us and help make Strong sustainable. All right, thanks, Dave. What's your vision and work? Can you please talk to the cost and reward scheme for Ether2 validator staking and Matic nodes? All right, so they're creating a pool for the rewards. Okay, this is where you'll stake, not contribute Strong to earn Ether. So that's that node, that's that pool that we talked about. All right, that's this pool here. This is where you stake it. All right, and the significance of that is it means this is now locked up. Okay, so that Strong is taken out of circulation, which is what we want because it's not going back anywhere. It means less Strongs in circulating, which is what helps push the price of Strong up. All right, so you're going to start earning less Strong, but if they can do things like this to push the price of Strong up, you're not going to care if you're earning less Strong in the future, but Strong's worth 10 times the price. Right? At the end of the day, it's all about the dollar figures that you're getting paid out, which is what's going to help you in the real world. Right? Okay, so very much like, because no either 2.0 validator nodes can claim rewards yet. All right, so you can stake it, but like I said, until 2.0 is up and running, you're not going to actually get paid out. Okay, they're staking a lot of Ethereum to have a perpetual rewards generating machine for sustainability, as well as first where rewards are in Ether instead of Strong. So yeah, just moving on to long-term options. As I mentioned, there will also be other node validator types where you will contribute Strong and receive rewards in stable or native tokens. So this is just the first thing they've done. Then for Matic nodes, we're keeping it simple. 10 Strong contribution, rewards in Strong. Okay, which is exactly what they've done, but they've just got the reward decay in there. Right. So the grant they've got is going to be used to support the one or more validated node types. Right, so they're going to use that for probably another pool or something like that. Okay, now a fractal node is going to be rolled out. We'll have a lot more vectors, which is definitely true. They said, yep, the idea is that we'll create a node type that represents rewards from one or more validators, and you can create one of those nodes the same way you create a Polygon or a Ethereum or other nodes, but you will get ERC20 tokens other than Strong. Right? So there's probably going to be a node that's going to be a mix of everything, and then you're going to contribute Strong. You're going to be able to do, all different figures. They're probably going to be able to make 1, 2, 3, because it's all that's going to be is pooling together to contribute, and you're going to get a reward from this big basket. And yeah, it's just going to mean that people buying in with 2 or 3 Strong, something like that creates more demand for the token. So either 2 nodes require 32 Ether. How many nodes do you plan to operate and run? Okay, so I touched on before, but it's brought on this AMA. So they've got 32 Ether 2.0 nodes ready to run. Right, so it's not huge, really, considering how big Strong is, but it's a solid start, and I'm sure that number is only going to grow over time. It's definitely not going to reduce. So as they do more NFT sales and things like that, I'm sure they're just going to keep collecting Ethereum and eventually making more and more, more and more nodes. But how many Strong can be staked? So minimum's 1. Okay, when all users without the NFT get access to Polygon nodes, because Polygon's live now, but yeah, they said in a few weeks, so hopefully by end of the year, everyone else can start making them. So when they go live, that's already been live, so they said here to go live next week, which is true. They actually followed through with that, and that's happened. And Service 2 has the ability for the protocol to vary initial contributions and rewards, and also offer rewards in multiple tokens, not just Strong. So although they're not using that yet, it's got the ability to do that. Okay, and what are the rewards like for Matic node? It's exactly the same, but the slow decline after break even. Right, but we know it actually started about 30% higher. Right, so once it actually gets to break even, it'll be interesting to see how quickly it starts dropping. But we do know it actually starts 30 to 40% higher. Right, a couple of my mates have made them, and it's definitely at least 30% higher, but we're not too sure exactly. We haven't worked out exactly yet, but it is higher that it starts off with. Okay, when Ether node's likely to move to the Decay rewards, so Service 2. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to stay on Service 1 and keep the original ones on Service 1 or not. It'd be awesome if we are. But I think once Service 2 out, at least when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, I think when that eventually happens, then we're going to have to all migrate to Service 2. but we might be able to keep our OG nodes running on service 1 up until 2.0 comes out. We'll just have to wait and see. I'll definitely be writing my nodes on service 1 as long as I possibly can, personally anyway. The initial thoughts were that grants given by different chains joining the strong nodes will help sustainability. Since the grants are disappointing, has the team thought of other ways to support these chains? Long story short, we'll use the validator earnings to provide non-strong rewards to node runners through new node types and pools. So that's their plan, is they are going to sort something out. It's going to take a while to build up other options and things like that, but that is what they're going to do. All right. Can we expect any new partnerships this year? And I said not just any, but many. All right, so there's only a few weeks left. So they're obviously planning to announce a few things. We know Phantom's coming out, but I think the big one is going to be whatever they're announcing for Strong Chain. All right, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they do. But yeah, they're obviously working on something. They've followed through with everything they've said so far, so there's no reason I don't see them following through with this. Has the team given consideration to taking loans against nodes? The nodes is an ongoing discussion. The way to do this is likely to provide both a marketplace and a synthetic token that can be traded and used within the protocol. So it means you're going to be able to sell nodes to people and things like that, because at the moment, obviously, once you have a node, you can't cash that node out. But if they start opening up a secondary marketplace, it's going to be very interesting to see how that all plans out, but it means the money's not locked up anymore. So I think a lot of people have an issue with Strong because that money is locked up. So there's probably a lot of money sitting on the sidelines that once you're able to buy and sell nodes, they're probably going to get in. Okay, you're probably going to have to sell it at a slight discount. Otherwise, why wouldn't you just create a new one? But if you can sell it for, say, 90% of the cost, you've still got a way to cash that out, and then a lot of people are going to be buying in when they want to buy it. So it's probably going to bring a lot of new investors in, knowing that they can actually cash that node out if they ever want to. And it looks pretty likely the marketplace and node collateralization will move forward next year. So probably just waiting to get their own strong chain and then do it. You know, if you know you're making your own chain, well, why would you do it on Ethereum? And like everything we discussed, we need to work for the community and increase sustainability. So everything they're doing, they're looking long term. And any development updates on strong chain? Yes, lots of developments. The main goal of a new chain, which will most likely be EVM compatible, is to democratize participation for the community in the validators and nodes needed to run a chain. Side benefit, of course, would be much lower gas, fees, and added sustainability. I think that's the main benefit, to be honest, that most people care about. But here we go. We will have a huge announcement soon about what we will be doing, along with one or more partnerships to support it. All right, so it's big news coming, I think, guys, to finish the year. So when that comes out, I'll definitely do another video and touch on it. But yeah, so far, it seems like every issue that we talked about in the last video is starting to get fixed. All right, so it's going to be a long sort of process before everything's fully up and running, but at least it's starting. All right, so the more strong we get staked in here, the lower the rewards are going to be. So like I said, this is an option that I see is only really worth it at the moment for the big whales, but that's the people we need to worry about dumping tokens. Okay, once we have multiple pools, you know, if we can get, say, 10% of the circulating supply, which is already pretty low, locked up in these pools for people cashing out, that's going to make a pretty significant, price impact when people want to start buying in. So I hope you guys learned a bit from this. We'll definitely do another update as soon as we get some more news out. Try to get them out a bit quicker to the AMAs. It's been pretty busy. And yeah, I wanted to wait to see if they actually followed through with launching these nodes so I could just do it all in one video. But yeah, cheers guys. We'll get another video out soon.